Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was mentioning, he categorized the devotees in three different groups. Today mainly we will discuss on that. Let us begin with this mantra as usual. Tavo kathamritam tapta jivanam kavi vidilitam kalmashapaham Sravana Mangalam Sri Madatatam Bhuvi Grinanti E Bhurida Janaha. This the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the Panchama Veda that we are studying, there the page number 909, the English page in Bengali 984. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was talking with the devotees, mainly with Dr. Sarkar and other people, and Dr. Bhaduri. They are all famous people, along with our known, very close devotees of Sri Ramakrishna. There he mentioned that there are two paths. There's some people reveal more of God, that is one, he said. And then he said, let me tell you the truth. He, learning, meaning Dr. Sharkar, is now following the path of negation. We read up to this. Therefore, he discriminates following the process of neti, and reason in this way. God is not the living beings. He is not the universe. He is outside the creation, but later he will follow the path of affirmation and accept everything as the manifestation of God. So, path of negation, path of affirmation. This is the beauty of Hinduism. So, whatever way you like, you can, according to your mental aptitude, according to your thinking, you can take up a path. And usually, after a lot of research, they found is only the 4 different types of temperament the people are having. So they gave the path of Jnana. Those who like to inquire about God, like to know about God, analyze about God, so for them it is there. Another is Dhyana, contemplative. They like to withdraw the senses from the sense organs from the sense objects, and then they are making the mind calm. And the karma, they will be working, but in a very unselfish way. They love to work, they love to help, but in return they don't want anything. There's a unique category of people. And third is the bhakti, that is the devotion, the love for God. So these are the 4 paths. Out of these 4, we find that the 2 are very common, like you have to have concentration, whether it is bhakti or it is jnana. So dhyana is merged in these 2. Again, the karma, you have to practice the spiritual different discipline. So when you are practicing different discipline, that is also karma. So when you are practicing the karma, what happens? Naturally, it says that the karma and the dhyana, it is present in both, in the path of discrimination and path of devotion. And according to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, path of negation and affirmation. So, Jnana Marga and Bhakti Marga. Suppose it was not there. We cannot think of, those who are Hindus, we cannot think of that somebody is from somewhere dictating us. You should follow this thing. If you are not, you will be punished. What is this? Religion is actually basically love. It depends on me. Suppose I don't like to remember God. Who are you to dictate me? That is up to me. Now, if you don't remember God or pray to God, you will go to hell. That is my choice. Who are you to dictate me? I like to go to hell. That is, what is that to you? You go to heaven and do whatever you like. So this freedom, right from the beginning, it was there in the Hindu society. So don't dictate. Give them only the idea, the knowledge, and then let them do whatever the way they like to do. If I don't love God, then how can I realize God? Just by practicing something, I may be perfect. Suppose those who are the sports persons, they are practicing regularly, they become very perfect in their that particular game or profession, whatever may be. But religion is not that. Some of the things are there that you should not tell the lies, you should not hurt others, the very high morality that you should have. That is the basic thing. You are not having the morality, at the same time practicing religion, you are a hypocrite. That is very clear. So obviously, religion should not be dictated. You should not go over there, you should not eat this, you should not wear this, you should. Why? So this is the Hinduism. It gave complete freedom. Of course, like the mother, it will always say, see, if you do this, it is good for you, good for you. As a mother, they will come and say, go and study, go and study. So that is the way they will go on telling, don't do this, but the freedom is there. And that is the reason these four paths develop, and particularly these two. One is, in the beginning it says, this is not God, this is not God, this is not God. The path is called neti, neti. Na iti. In Sanskrit, na iti. Not this, not this. Is this tree God? No. Is this person God? No. This sky God? No. Like that it goes. Why they say like that? Because there, the measurement, their yardstick is the permanency. Is it permanent? Completely permanent? First. Second, it's self-grown, self-born? Second. Third, can it give the eternity and happiness? Then it is that what I am searching. So what is God? Unchanging, eternal substance, something which can give the happiness. That is the ultimate. So with this yardstick, I go and measure. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmana nirveda maya akritakritena. In the Upanishad it says that they were going on examining, no, not this, not this, not this, not this. Then they found, where? It is inside them. It is not outside, it is inside them. And what they found? Consciousness. It is eternal, self-born. No one created it. And it is never ever changing, constant. So they shouted, Srinant Vishye Amritasya Putraha. Listen to me, O the children of immortal bliss. I have found it. Behind, beyond, above the darkness, above the ignorance, it is there. So that is called the path of Vedanta or Advaita Vedanta or path of negation. Not this, not this. As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioning, the path of negation. So how nicely it goes, but very difficult, very challenging. Only few can practice that. Another is affirmative. What is that? First basic thing is, what is the yardstick? They believe in the existence of God. So whatever is there, it belongs to my God. And that is love. Oh, this is my father's property, and all this garden, all these flowers, all these birds, all these animals, all this is nothing but my father's. They are all, it is my father's property. The Father, as if the God manifested in this form. So everywhere they see that same God. Everywhere they are seeing. So when it is dying, when it is changing, oh, no problem. It is the play of God. So they are always positive way they think. Don't think it is negative or positive. It is a temperament. Some people like to know by analytically, so they go in a negative way. No, not this, this one. But some people, they go in a positive way. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, one person went to meet the king. When he went to the palace, and the first person who was guarding that palace door, and he was well dressed. So, oh my God, is this the king? He asked, is he the king standing outside? Are you mad? So why should he be king? So the next door, he was going on. Then ultimately after the seven door, when he entered into the the place where king was sitting, there he saw the king sitting on the throne, and he did not to ask anyone. Immediately he heard, oh, this is the king. So neti. This guard, no. The minister, no. These people, no. This official, no. Though more and more, the more he is going closer to the king, the more the show of different wealths are there. But at the same time, he understood not this, not this. Then when he entered, so similarly, when we see this world, beautiful world, no, but it cannot be the God because it is temporary. Again. So by negation, they go. Not negatives. Negative people, they don't believe at all. This is completely different. Judging and saying, no, not this. What I am searching, not this. It is not this. So they go. And positive way, everything belongs to God. Why? Because God alone is there. So they give the name Jagannatha. This is the world master, master of the whole universe. And he is present everywhere. Except him, nothing is there. And that is the way they understand. The path of negation and path of affirmation. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioned about the doctor. Now he is going on judging, oh, why this man is accepting the pranam or the respect from the others. Usually in India, that is the habit, that is the system, culture. They come and touch the feet of the holy people, and sometimes they will be touching with the forehead. That means I give my head, but I am completely surrendering at you, at your feet. So please accept me. This is the way, that is the tradition. That is the culture they have developed in that way. So they do. But the Dr. Sharkar, as because he was educated in the European way, they don't do that. Maximum they will go and shaking the hand and equal levels of that. So that is also another culture. So Dr. Sharkar was thinking why these people are doing like this. He is also an ordinary person. He is from a village. He is a priest. He is a nice man. He thinks of God. He never tells lies. He is not doing harming others. So he is a good person. But does it mean that you have to give him the respect of a God? Up to that, Dr. Sharkar could understand, and he was arguing all the time. As those who are following my class and those who have read this particular portion, they all know. So he was going on argumenting. But those who were following these pages, the first time when the Dr. Sharkar came to meet Sri Ramakrishna, that Sarkar, and now when we are reading about him or hearing about him, completely different. So much. So now he has accepted that something is there in that man. So he said that you are a child of nature. You're a good person. You are simple and naturally, but people should not, because he was afraid. If people are going on telling you are God, you are all pervading, he is that, then slowly that man, if he is not having real God realization, what will happen? He will self-hypnotize himself. He will start thinking. That will be dangerous. It will be the schizophrenia. They think that this is happening. Oh, I am hearing the voice of God. I saw God. Imagining. That is not real. How we will know that this is real? The schizophrenia people, they also imagine and imagine so strongly they start believing, thinking they are heard. They wanted to hear, so they hear. They wanted to see, so they see. It's like in a daydream. It is also dream. But when you are awake, you see. That is not realization. And how you will understand the realization of God? And that is also the Arjuna asks this question to Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, almost at the end. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parth manogatan. Prajahati. Pra means prakrishta rupena. Perfectly, completely. Jahati. They have given up. What? Kaman. What type of kaman? Kaman means the desire. Each and every desire. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parth manogatan. From the mind. Sometimes, when we talk with the devotees, they are so long-standing devotees, but then afterwards, oh my God, so much of attachment to this world. Now so many days they are practicing. They're visiting the holy places, mixing with the holy people, reading books, doing this, doing that, and distributing clothing to the poor people. All they have done all through their life. But at the fag end of their life, they are so much attached to this whole world. Sometimes we feel then what practice? So I become very much afraid. So what will happen to me? There should not be any attachment to this world. And this is not the child's play. Oh, just we are doing what is the monk's life? Just a bachelor and just leaving all alone and then giving all good talks, that much. No, that is only engagement. When you are leaving, you have to do something, you are doing that. But that is nothing. What you should have to have that knowledge that I don't belong to this world. So that is the main thing. So this is the way when they are, but at the same time I love it because the God has manifested in everything. So we find over here the path of negation and path of affirmation. Sometimes the Vedantin, they give some example, and some philosophers also they said, then a glass was half full. The negative person will say, see, the glass is half. There is half glass, no water. And the positive one will say, the glass is, water is full, half glass. So they are saying the same thing. The negation that this is this, but it is not like that. Here, they are searching for God and then reaching. Now, let me tell you the two different school. One is the Bhakti and another Jnana. And they have given 7 steps. What are the 7 steps? In the Vedanta, the first thing, Shubhecha. Shubha means pure, holy, Ichha, desire. The first desire, the holy desire, I must realize God in this very life. In Sanskrit, Shubhecha. And in Indian tradition, mostly the senior people, they express in this way, my Shubhecha, all my good prayers for you. But they like this. The Vedanta says Shubhecha means first you have to have very strong desire. Enough is enough. With so many people I am meeting, but they're all like this. So it's better I should withdraw myself and will search for God, who is true, who never changes. Everyone changes. There's a direct disciple of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He was the son of the landlord of the Dakshineshwar, the place. So he used to come to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna always used to talk about God, God realization. The human birth is precious, you must utilize it. So he was also thinking that I should do it. But his mother went on crying that you must marry, you must marry, you must marry. In the householder, they always think in that way. And if you are married, then you'll be responsible. So you won't go to the temple or won't think about the God. You will be doing as your father has done, looking after your property, earning money, raising family, like that. So they don't understand the tyaga for God, the giving up everything for God, the life of monasticism. They don't. So a mother went on. Then she told the son, if you don't need for yourself, please marry a girl and bring her to my house, and she will be my daughter. I am all alone in this big house. Let she be my daughter and she'll be here. In those days, the young girls used to get married. So thinking that your mother will get a company, he married. Now, after the marriage, from the next day, he started visiting as usual his routine to the Dakshinesha, to different temple, and going to the isolated place on the bank of the river, meditating. Then naturally one day, mother came and told, hey, what is it? Now you're married. You have so many responsibilities. Why you are not taking your newly married wife to different places? You have to take them to different relatives' houses. But he told, but you wanted me to marry for only your company. I married that girl only for you. Then the mother told, is it only for me? You had the desire to marry. Now it was a terrible shock for that very, very simple, humble, truthful son. When he came and cried to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and said, my mother said this. She was thinking in one way, and only to convince me for the marriage, she told lies. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, no, not like that. Mothers, they always behave like that. But if you want to realize God, don't worry. I will make the mind of your wife in such a way she'll be very happy without the husband like you. And you can also, even being married, will be able to control your all senses and can realize God. So that was the power of Sri Ramakrishna. He could do, and he did. So that was the story. It always goes when you meet people, when you talk to people, the moment they are selfish, something is not going along with you, immediately they will go on criticizing you, and you will see a different face of that person. And that is really, really terrible. And what happens? You like to withdraw. And that is necessary. Better to withdraw yourself. So first thing is Shuvecha, in the path of knowledge, the holy decision. Second, Bicharana, you have to analyze. What we have to analyze? That what is my goal? Goal is eternal happiness. Eternal happiness, which is known as bliss. Why? Because the scripture, the Veda, it says that everything has come out of that particular thing, that is happiness. Anandeva khalu, truly. Khalu means truly. Imani bhutani jayante. All these beings have been created out of Ananda. So what is the source of creation? Ananda. So that is the ultimate, that is the source. I have to go back to that. Whether this thing can give me the name, fame, money, physical comfort, can it give? No, 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 no. So naturally, that is called analysis, bicharana. Third is tanu manusha. The moment you have taken decision, oh, it is enough for myself, and whatever the responsibility I have taken up, for that I will do this, your mind become light. Tanu, manasa. Tanu means the body. Manasa, body is mind. What happened? Light. You are having so many different thoughts. That all gone. Now you are light. So that tanu manasa, sattapatti. Now the fourth is self-realization. The moment you can have that, no attachment with the worldly things, what happens? What remains? The truth that is there already, it comes up. So when we are thinking, that is called desire, so our mind is creating waves and ripples, as the wind is creating ripples and waves on the water. So when there is no desire, what happens? The calm, tranquil water and very clean. You can see the bottom of the water. And what is that? Yourself, the self, the original, that Brahman, the Atman, the Jivatma. So that is called Sattapatti. Asama Shakti. Then what happens? You live in this world. Not that immediately you die. You live in this world, but non-attached way. I am the father, I am the mother, I am the brother, I am this thing, I am that. Whatever, I live. But I am not having any attachment to this. That is called asama shakti. Padartha bhavana, non-perception of the objects. Now when we see those objects of attraction, the people go mad for that. What is there? And suppose Kohinoor, the great jewel that people are mad about. It's a huge, costly thing. Now the costly gold, costly jewels, costly this, costly that. Suppose you go and see, what costly? You are thinking that it is costly, so it becomes costly. But if you don't bother about that, it is nothing at all. Those who are not drinking wine, a very costly wine, and sometimes I have heard in the movies, and 120 years old wine, fermented, so nasty thing. But, but the people, they are thinking 120 years old, what is that? Old monk. Why they get the monk? But anyway, the 120 years old monk, it was and people are excited, they will be drinking. Unnecessarily, you are creating joy out of nothing. It is nothing. And I asked people how it tastes. Very sometimes bitter, and sometimes it has no taste, and sometimes when they drink, it burns their throat. But still they drink. Why? They're thinking this is an excellent thing. Thinking only. Gold or jewelries you are going on, putting on your body. Do you think those people are really comfortable with all those jewelries? No, they cannot move properly. But still they think this is very costly. So they are thinking. If you think this is costly, it becomes costly to you. And suppose the whole human society, they think it's nothing. God forbid. Suppose there is all the war over the world. God forbid. And then there is no food. People will throw the gold for a piece of bread. So what is value? It is only that we say that this is valuable. It is nothing actually. So the padartha bhavana, you have to have very clear idea about the padartha. I need a house, comfortable house, that's okay. And when it is not necessary, I can sell it and go somewhere else. It is also okay. So that is the way. And finally, Turjaga, transcendence. That is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in his life again and again showed. He used to talk, he's talking with the people, and then suddenly he goes to in a trance. And if you look at the one or two photos are there, if you closely look at the face of the Sri Ramakrishna, is so much joy on that face. And where he went, that we do not know, but we have to reach to that. That transcendence, that is the condition. Now, this is the way the those who are following the path of negation or the Jnana Marga, they think. And what about the Bhakti? They are also having seven different steps. First is faith. There, your desire, Shubhecha, your holy desire to realize God. But in the Bhakti, you have already heard about God, maybe from your Guru, maybe from your mother, father, and you have developed faith, complete faith in the existence of God. That is the first thing. Almost like the Shubhecha, but you have developed the faith in the existence of God, the Shraddha. And after the Shraddha, God is there, and you have to go on increasing that. How it will be possible? So you need some company. Sadhu Sangha, the second step. The Sadhu Sangha, the holy company, they are also believing in the existence of God. They are talking about God, organizing different type of celebration, puja, and you also go, you also sit, you also sing with them, chant with them, meditate with them. You are developing the faith and reading the books in the same line. Then bhajan. Bhajan means prayer. It is a bhajan, the word bhajan means devotional singing, but singing about whom? About God. That means the prayer about God, prayer to God. Anartha nibritti, withdrawing the mind from the worldly objects. Anartha, no artha, has no value. Nibritti, you are stopping. Ni, negative, britti, the britti means the thought. The thought you are eradicating, stopping. About what? About the desire. So, anartha nibritti, those thoughts which has no value, unnecessary. So you know what is going to happen to their house, this happened, that happened, unnecessary. You have nothing to do with that. But we always go on spending so much of time, and that's called gossip. We are so happy on that gossip. And nowadays it's dangerous. They call it real. They are some ordinary people. They are having the camera, everybody, and they will be doing this, they will be doing that, and then putting on the, and they're writing over there. Either you like it or Ma Kali will curse you. Why Ma Kali will curse you if I am not liking you? But I am afraid the Ma Kali should not be angry with them. They are utilizing Ma Kali for their own thing. If you are good, people will like it, you. So have that confidence. Why unnecessarily? So when we come to this and we wonder, oh my God, what is happening? But anartha nibritti, they are not understanding this is of no use. Suppose some people like you, you don't know them at all. One thing they like, that's all, that's all. So what is the necessary? Then you have to prepare your mind withdrawing, and then you have to give the mind where? Bhagavane asakti. You have to asakti. Asakti means very much attached to God. For anything and everything you are thinking about the God. You are driving, first you are thinking about God. You are purchasing some new clothes, thinking about God. You are purchasing a house, thinking about God. No, God should stay here. First room should be the God's room. And the cooking, then that's something I should offer to Thakur. Like that, you are thinking is ashakti. Ashakti, the word, means very much attached. So completely attached to God, constantly thinking of God, and then comes bhava vesha. Bhava. What is the bhava? An idea, ideology. Abesha. He is thoroughly, completely taken over by that type of thought. So that is called bhava vesha. Bhava abesha. What is the bhava? Suppose you think about the Krishna, the God as your son, and the little boy, the Krishna, he is jumping over here, running, as all the time the children they do. And we like to see those things. And you are thinking in that way, and slowly, slowly you are transported to that time of Krishna. There is a beautiful Ramayana by Goswami Tulsidas ji. So this Tulsidas ji, he has written the Ramayana completely meditating on Rama. That is why it says that Ram Charita Manasa. Rama, this is God. Charita is this life. Manasa, in mind I saw it. It was written by a different rishi, but this is Valmiki composed that. After reading that, developing love for Sri Rama, he also wrote, thinking that I am wandering with the Sri Rama, this is happening, that is happening, Rama is coming to me. Imagining and imagining so strongly, that's called almost like Baba Vesha. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna we saw many a times. He was talking with people, cutting jokes, making fun, but suddenly he goes into that and says, Ma, is this people are all right? Shall I talk to them? Shall I go over there? He's talking to Mother, the Divine Mother. That's called Bhava Vesha. And when they go into that trance, they are in so great joy. So this is called, and finally, as the Turu in the path of knowledge, this is prema. And prema matured into Mahabhava. The prema usually we translate as love, but it is not only ordinary love. As the love means they do not think anything else but the object of love. And that is Mahabhava. The bhava, again, that complete thought about the object I love, and that become Moha, the great. I cannot think anything else but that God. So these are the 7 steps of the Bhakti Yoga. So these 2 paths leading to the same goal, where ultimate God. Devotees, those who are following the path of devotion, their goal, they have given the name Bhagavan. And the Gyanis, those who are following the path of discrimination, negation, knowledge, vichara, they told this is Brahman. So Brahman, all-pervasive consciousness. Bhagavan, all-pervasive God. That's why the name is Vishnu. Vishnu Vistareti Vishnu. But still with a form so that we can concentrate on that. So these are the 2 paths. Now, to Dr. Sharkar again, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, there are 3 kinds of devotees: superior, mediocre, and inferior. The inferior devotee says, God is out there. According to him, God is different from his creation. The mediocre devotee say, God is the Antarayami, the inner guide. The God dwells in everyone's heart. The mediocre devotee sees God in the heart. But the superior devotee sees that God alone has become everything. He alone has become the 24 cosmic principles. He finds that everything above and below is filled with God. So these are the 3 gradations. Many of you may remember that the Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he mentioned about the 4 different types. Chaturvidha bhajante mam. Chatur means 4. Chaturvidha bhajante, they are worshipping me. The Chaturvidha bhajante mam, and they are artha. Artha means they're inflicted. So they want the help from the God to go, because they are suffering, so they want God to help them to go beyond the suffering. That is their prayer, the artha. Another is jigyashu, curious. They don't want to realize God, but is there God? What happens after death? Like that, they will be asking. So they are curious people, not very serious type. And if you say, oh, yes, yes, there is God, and so happened my guru, okay, okay, we'll talk to you afterwards. Some other day you'll see it. But they are not actually very serious about God, curious. And ortharthi, when they're in trouble, they need the monetary or other support, then they go to God. They're ortharthi. And fourth one is Jnani. Jnani means a truly seeker of God. And Bhagavan Krishna said, I love Jnani. Jnani means he is the truly seeker. He really wants to realize God. You will find the people, they are coming, they are helping you, they are creating and cooking food for you and all that. But if you talk to them, you will find within 10 minutes they lose attention when you are talking about God. But if you say something else of the world, particularly if you develop, start a dialogue on criticizing people, but they have all time. They will sit before you. No, that word, what you are telling, let me see. And so they have all time to listen to that. We should not criticize them because the temperament is like that. Why karma? Because we generate all those things in our mind. So this fourth type. But Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling they are devotee. But three different type. What are the three different type? They have faith in the existence of God. But some people, they think we are all poor people, illiterate people, and we don't bathe in the holy places, and we are not Brahmin in the Hindu way, their caste system is there. So we are not that way in Brahmin. So naturally, our God, he lives far away. How can he live with us? So that is the one way of thinking. God is there, but far away. Majority of the people, majority of the world religions, they also propagate this idea. You cannot go to God because you are a sinner. What good thing that you have done? So God is far away from you. After the death, then maybe he will give the call, then he will go. And if you are dedicated to us, coming regularly to us, and then whatever you are earning, a portion you are giving to us, and whatever we say, you follow that, then only we will advocate on your behalf over there after death. And these people, they think, oh, maybe. In the Hinduism also there is a Purohita. He is supposed to do good for others. Hita means good. Puro in the beginning. So he is there in front to do good for you. So he is actually worshipping God with all devotion and then praying God to bless the person who has arranged the puja. He doesn't know much of that. He is a businessman, he works in the offices, other responsibilities. So he says, can you please pray on my behalf? So yes. Then he propitiates God, and when that happens, then he said, God, he actually was asking, I am here on his behalf, please. So in this way they think. Then what happens? People become weak. Either you are depending on the person who lives near to God and the church or in the temple or in such a way. So they slowly, they are not that way pure heart. They themselves think, oh, we will go to hell, but let us earn some money. By that way, they will tell lies, they will do this. So many things are happening. In the very ancient scripture, we will say, the history of India, Mahabharata. There the word is there, dharma vyapari. Vyapara means business. So they sell dharma and earn money by that way. Don't go to them. Be careful about them. So that is there. So these ordinary people who do not know about God, They always think, I cannot directly pray to God, so it is better I will take the help of that person. He will come, he will touch me, he will. This is one type of faith. But another group came afterwards. They started disbelieving God. That is dangerous. So they say, why we don't see God? Your father has not seen God. Your grandfather has not seen God. What is the use of thinking about God? Only just enjoy this life, and what will happen in the next life we'll see. That is a different type of people, and we are not talking about them. As a people who would believe God, but unfortunately they do not know where God is. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said that the God is different from his creation. Who created this universe? God created. How he created? Out of his own. Then why all the bad things are there? Oh, there was the devil. Now, another story. They develop. If God is there at the same time, devil is also there from the beginning. That means two different existences. The moment there will be two, there will be clashes. Shall God die? Swami Vivekananda asked this question and then replied, it can never be. So who has created? God. The good thing, yes, from God. Bad thing, yes, from God. Why? Justice, play. You want to play. So good and bad both are necessary. If you go to the game, there will be a team A and team B. In Chicago, very famous White Sox. So all Chicagoans very mad for the White Sox. So this is a team. Now they will support that. Another group is coming from Wisconsin. Their team, their supporters, they're also coming. So two teams are playing an excitement. If all the same, that means they are practicing. That is not a game. There is no excitement. So obviously there will be the hero, there will be the villain, there will be the clashes, there will be good people, bad people. That is the creation God created out of his own. Good, bad, everything. When you understand that, you are the third grade, and that is the best grade. Everything is all the 24 tattva. All that you see is nothing but God. In the Uddhava Gita, there are many. 11 tattvas are there, then 24 tattvas. Mainly the Shankha philosophy, they say 24. Tattva means the matter out of which all these things have happened. So there's one, two, the sky, the earth, the water, and like that. So everything is nothing but God. On the basis of this, Swami Vivekananda said, my special object of worship is the poor, the downtrodden, the illiterate, the oppressed. Whoever will serve them will be serving the Lord Shiva. Do you think these emotional words? No. These are words from the realization. All these people that we see is nothing but the same God. If we are going and helping them, apparently they are helpless. They don't have education. They don't have anyone in the higher places. So people, they always misunderstand them. Anything happens, police will go and catch them because they are dirty looking and all, because they are poor people. Police think, oh, he is a thief. It doesn't mean the poor means thief. But society also think, oh, he looks like that, must be a thief. So when you go and give them education and tell them you are also the divine, and slowly, slowly they're understanding it and then standing up. It's like a lion breaking the chains and going into the freedom. And that nirgacchati jagat jalat pinjara diva keshari. A beautiful way in Sanskrit the expression. Nirgacchati. He goes away into freedom. Who? The lion. And why? Because he has understood his own power. The iron chain that was binding it broke it. A tremendous power. And what is that power? Self-confidence. when the self-confidence comes, I can do it, then naturally everything, yes, I can do it, I can do it. Then he is thinking, it is not ego, but self-confidence. I cannot do this, but I can do this. I am good at this. I have to make people convinced that I am good at this. They will understand it. And obviously they will pay me for this. Slowly I am going to stand up on my own feet. So this is the way. Stand up, O hero, as Swami Vivekananda said. Slowly, slowly, they have to, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, read the Gita, the Bhagavata, the Vedanta, and you will understand all this. Is not God his creation? This is not God in his creation? You know that in the modern time, this is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. His ideology is so clear and so comprehensive and based on pure Vedanta. The people that think about God and this, that, of course they are, but the present day world must understand Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda. Otherwise, they won't be able to understand true religion. When Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, look at it, how wonderfully he said, if you can see God with your open eyes, can't you see God? If you can see God with your closed eyes, people mostly meditate and try to see God within the heart. I'm sorry. So if you can see God with your closed eyes, can't you see God with your open eyes? That is Vedanta. And in Vedanta we say it is Vedanta, everything is that same purity and all that. Then you don't touch me, don't enter, don't do this, don't do that. That means what? Your hypocritic way you are behaving. So that cannot be. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said this to Swami Vivekananda, and then Swami Vivekananda introduced that practical Vedanta. Shankaracharya, he had to fight with that Buddhism. The Buddhism, real Lord Buddha never gave any that way any philosophy. So he was a social reformer in the way he lived and gave the teaching. And his was very simple. Because in those days the Hinduism, that was bogged down into the yajnas. Anything and everything, yajna. Why? Because the Purohita. Who were these Purohita? They were the priest of the kings. And you have to earn something from the king. And if there is no the celebration, how the priest will get their salary? So you have to do something. So they slowly entered into that. When the Buddha came, almost 500 years before the Lord Jesus, so he said, no, you have to reform, you have to change. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, he is a rebel child of Hinduism. And afterwards he gave very simple 8 steps, and that's develop morality, live in a very moral way, etc. Afterwards, Nagarjuna, almost 300 years after, so he developed a philosophy because they wanted to make a separate path, separate religion, and for the religion you have to have a philosophy, and philosophy means you have to give the answer of the 3 questions that I always say: creator, creation, and the relation between the creator and the creation. These are the 3 questions you have to answer. Nagarjuna said like that to whatever. Now, Swami Vivekananda and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is also giving the same idea, but the same pure Vedanta in a very excellent way. That is the superior type of devotee. What is the superior type of devotee? He sees and he realizes that God has become everything. So no negative, everything positive. Thank you, friends. We will study this afterwards in the next Wednesday, and page 910. From there we'll study. A question?
So the first question is Samir Kumar Dey. He is asking if whether a devotee is pardoned by Almighty if he or she admits his or her misdeeds and vows to lead a pious life.
Oh yes, of course. That is called the when you are praying to God and washing your mind with the tears of your eye, that I did a mistake, please forgive me. That is the best way of prayaschitta. In the Sanskrit word they call prayaschitta, means you are doing something to purify your mind. And what is the purity? Thinking of God. So when you are thinking of God, what is happening? You are slowly giving away your ego. The moment you can give away your ego, you are pure. So whatever the karma phala, if you are praying to God, whatever the effect was supposed to come will be lessened. That is, Ma Sharadamani Devi said, something you have to bear because of some action you have taken, you have done, and then obviously some action and then result will be there. But as because you are praying to God, effect will be lessened. And that's all. Yes, sure. Thank you.
So there is a YouTube user SM. He is asking Sri Ramakrishna gave advices based on person's capacity and seeing their inside. Those advices are throughout the gospel. How is one to know which advices and path a person should follow?
No, it is nothing like that. See, he told, don't tell lies. It is for everyone, not a particular person. Did he? So when he said, when you are a householder, you have your own responsibility and you must take care of your family, you must earn money in a good manner, in good way, it's for everyone, all those who are householders. And he says that if you have taken the path of renunciation, if you are a sannyasi, then you must be 100% sannyasi. You should not look at anything but God. It's for everyone. So there are mostly it is for everyone. Sometimes he said like to Master Mahashay, you better practice at some fasting on such and such day, upavasha, and then it is better. And for the Narendra he said, no, you need not to do that. Otherwise, all it is generalized way, and particularly most of the teachings of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was for the householders. Very few are recorded in the gospel for the monastics. Monastics thing came from the direct disciples who became monks, so that is different. No, it is not that he said a particular person, only barring one or two, majority is for the general. Thank you.
SPA Mukherjee is asking, becoming desireless is the objective of spiritual growth. If the desires are in the mind from body conscious, how does that cause rebirth? How are desires attached to Atman causing rebirth?
So here the word Atman means Jivatma. And what is the Jivatma? It is the mind actually. And in the mind there is called Buddhi, which is getting the reflection of the Paramatma, or the soul, self. And as the mind is having the mind stuff, is having the record of all our actions, the thought and physical action and the word, kaika, bachika, manasika, all those are recorded over there. Action means reaction. You have to have some reactions. There is a karma and its result. And naturally, rebirth. So that soul, when is going out of the body, find out another body to complete his journey, complete his desires. So desire binds. That's why it says, You have to be free from all desires. Thank you.
Promiti Sanyal is asking, can the paths of Jnana, Bhakti, Karma, and Yoga be followed simultaneously? Among these paths, is there any path which is more fundamental?
Oh, that is actually we do. Swami Vivekananda and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, of course, Mother. So our path, Ramakrishna mission path, is the combination of all the four paths. Yoga Samannaya. So there will be another conference on Vedanta in September in Alabama, that is in Huntsville City. And that there, all this, and there is a topic of Ramakrishna Vivekananda Vedanta, Samannaya Vedanta, Samannaya Bhada. What is the Samannaya? All these paths, all these, the yogas together. If you have seen the symbol of Ramakrishna mission, if you go to Belur Math or if you see the picture in the front of the big temple, beautifully carved that the symbol of Ramakrishna mission. And the snake that you see surrounding is that symbol of yoga. Then the wavy water, symbol of karma. And the rising sun, the symbol of jnana. And the lotus that is there is a symbol of bhakti. When all the four are practicing together, then you find that Paramahamsa, they manifest within you. That is called swan. And everyone, usually we do that. In the morning time we get up and go to the shrine and then we sit for meditation. So that is jnana, yoga we practice, the dhyana yoga. Then afterwards we do perform puja, bhakti yoga. Then we go out to help people through education, through healthcare, whatever. That is Sheva yoga, karma yoga. Then we read books, the Upanishads, Bhagavatam, Gita, Gospel. Then we are thinking about, analyzing about, so Jnana yoga. So Jnana, Karma, Bhakti and yoga all paths together. Every day we are doing. And that is a holistic way. It actually develops very nicely. Only devotion, all others are they doing, but only devotion. But all these four paths, there you will find in the Ramakrishna mission, some are very active and they are trying to help others, they love people, they are karma yogi. There are people, you will find very rare type, that is jnana yogi. Devotions are also there, and you will find many dhyana yogis. Of course, it is there. That particular thing you like, you give stress on that, but all the other things are also together. All four paths should be followed, and that is the instruction of the modern day Acharya Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Thank you, friends, and wonderful questions. And let us chant from this and we conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidam tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.